Hey, my name's Danny Frank. I'm otherwise known as the Pearland Real Estate Expert and the expert in Houston, all things real estate. So let's dive into what's going on in the Houston real estate market. Is the market blowing up? Is the market declining? What's going on with home sales? What's going on with pricing? Everybody seems to have a different opinion. What I hope to show you today is the truth about what's going on in the real estate market and about your house in the greater Houston, Texas, HAR metropolitan area. So let's jump right into this. So hold on. Hey, wait a minute. Time out. I have a favor to ask of you. That's why I'm breaking into this video. Could you please like, subscribe, and hit the bell button to be reminded when all my videos come out? I'd greatly appreciate it and consider it a personal favor. Now, back to the original program. See ya. All right, so here you go. So this is the median price of all homes, non-new, single-family residence and townhomes. I got very precise in my search here. What I wanted to show you guys is that the Houston market is doing okay. It's not setting the world on fire. You can see this line right here all the way across is what's known as the median price for the last 2 years. And you can see we've had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months out of the last 24 that are above the median price. So right now in all of Houston, the median price is $319,000. I'm going to put this up here so you can see what the hard numbers are. 317 is where we are today, but man, look where we've been, so the numbers bear it out that we're holding our own. And what's scary to me when I look at this though is the total number of transactions that we're having. You go back to February of 21, 4,371 total sold properties in all of the Houston metropolitan area. You go February of 22, that number is at 6,278 homes sold. Wow, with the 325 price. But you go to today, last month, only 3,523 homes for a median price of $317,000. So guys, what we're seeing, and this is true all across the U.S. right now. If you think about this, if you lived in a $400,000 or $500,000 house and your interest rate's 3% or 2.5% or 2.75 or even 3 or 4%, and now you move to another $500,000 house and your interest rate's 7-8%, well, you've just maybe doubled your price, doubled your price per month that you're paying, your outflow. So right now, pre-approval is a tough thing, trying to move up in houses. So we're seeing a lot of people not selling their houses. But let me show you this. I'm going to jump over to here to the supply and demand. These numbers will blow your mind, I think. Let me turn some stuff off here so we can look at this. I'm going to turn this off and turn on unit numbers so you can see what's going on in the Houston market. And again, this is all of Harris County and all the surrounding counties around Harris County. So this is a very 35, 40,000 granular view of what's going on in the Houston market. I'd be glad to talk to you about your very specific neighborhood and get you these numbers and what's going on to help you better decide what's going on for you and what you need to do to sell your property for the most amount of money. So let's look at this chart. This is supply and demand units for sale over the last 2 years. And, I always talk about the wave. The wave is here, folks. It's going to repeat every year. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit steeper than others, but it's still going to go. So let's look here. February of 2021, we had 14,666 homes for sale. February of 22, that number dropped, 13,000. But look at today. Wow, I thought everybody said we're having an inventory shortage. The numbers just don't bear that out, folks. Look, 17,023 homes for sale. Just saying, that's you look here, we're up 12.1% from 2 years ago. So, but look where we were in August, and what's going to happen here. I want you to look here: February, March, April, May. Look at where this line's going. Look at you see that? You see that line going up? So February, look at that line going up. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. What do you think is going to happen here in February again? What do you think is going to happen in March, April, May, June, July? Those numbers are going to start climbing again. So we're going to start seeing more and more homes for sale. And let's talk about a little bit of economics 101 here, supply and demand. So more people are trying to sell their house with less people trying to buy a house. What happens to the price? It starts declining. So we go back to this pricing chart. Do I see prices moderating? Absolutely. Do I see a slight dip in pricing? Maybe, for the entire greater area. You know, each area is an individual unit cycle, if you will. It just barely does what it does. But I mean, it could be all of Pearland, it could be Shadow Creek Ranch, it could be Memorial, it could be Jersey Village, whatever that area is around the greater Houston area. Each little area is going to have its own pockets of ups and downs. So let me help you find what that is. But do I think the prices are going to hold steady right now? I do. I think they're going to dip a little bit more, just kind of because supply and demand, economics 101, right, folks? So let's jump at this and look at this. I'm going to go back a couple ways through a couple different charts here to kind of show you, in my opinion, what's going on in the market. So you can see where this is what's known as month supply of inventory. How many houses do we have on the market today? If nothing new came on the market, would it take to sell out of everything? You can see we were pretty consistent over the market right there until July of 22. Then it started climbing up here and got all the way up to 3.9 months of inventory. That's a lot of inventory. But now we're back down to 2.3 months of inventory. And look what the days on the market are doing as well. It's down to 44 days on the market. That's good. So what that means is there's the month supply of inventory is shrinking, because now let's go back to this and let's add in under contract and sold and take off for sale. And look at this. So what I want you to look at is the blue line versus the green line. So a healthy market is when the green line, the sold, is outpacing the under contract. And you can see what's happening. We're jumping out of that by far. And you can see what happened here going into 21 and again into 22. We're going to see the same thing happen again. So the market's going to flip over a little bit, and it's still legally a seller's market, but the sellers can't be as demanding as they once were, just a few months ago. So we're not seeing as many multiple offers, but we're still seeing multiple offers on great houses that are priced properly. So, one thing I'm going to tell each and every one of you watching this video, you have to price the house properly. You have to find an agent that knows how to use the new tools that can help you price your house accordingly to the proper price to get it sold. And that's you got to price it against your competition these days. You can't just put a really high price and say, well, we're going to negotiate. Well, people just won't look at it if it's overpriced. Trust me, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and an overpriced house never sells. It just helps all the other houses sell faster. So let's go back and add this back in again. So what I want you to really pay attention to here is a couple things. Again, look at the wave. What's going to happen March, April, May, June, July, and August? It happens every year, folks. The inventory level is going to go up and the sales are going to increase as well. But I caution you, because the number of houses we have for sale, the prices are going to moderate. And they could dip a little bit, they could increase a little bit, but I think they're going to hang tight around that median price. I really do. There's luxury numbers are way off right now. I'll take a look at that here in just a second, show you what the luxury numbers are. Anything above 750 here in the Houston area is considered a luxury type home. So we'll look at some of those numbers here shortly. But what I want to do, I'm going to switch over to another screen here. All right. So what I've done, I've gone to har.com and I've pulled up all the houses that are for sale. And there's, if you look here, this is showing 120 of more than 10,000 homes. So look at the gaps in here, guys. Look at what's not there. Pasadena, the northwest part of town, Spring, Klein, all this area. Look in Sugar Land, Richmond, Rosenberg area, Pearland, South. All these areas are not just exploding with new properties for sale. So where are all the properties at? That's a great question. I don't know. But here's something I want to show you. Let me pull this map back up so you come in here. I'm going to come so you can see I'm doing single family, townhouse, and condo. That's all of that. But I want to come in here and I'm going to do, let's do just listed in the last 7 days. And let's look at all the new properties coming in. So look at this number, folks. Newly listed homes in houses in sale in the greater Houston area. 2,791 new homes. Oh my gosh. And let's sort this by price, descending. So you can kind of see there's some expensive homes here in the center of Houston going all the way down. But let me know if you want a personalized search of something like this, and I can absolutely show you what the things are going on here in Houston. But man, just look at that. If you come back here and let's sort again by newest coming up and what's out there, there's just a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to take that filter off and I'll just go back here, take the just listed. Now, this is the key. In my opinion, almost every house out there that's been on the market for more than 3 or 4 months is overpriced. And let me show you why. Look at this. So in all of Houston, we've had 9,855 price reductions on single family residence and townhomes, condos in the last few months. Guys, this is crazy. Get with your realtor, find out what the price your house should be, get it priced properly, and it will sell. So here's some great advice from a realtor to you, the consumer watching this video. Think about how you price your house when you first start. Don't be unrealistic when you go in and try to price your house and think you're going to get top dollar for it. You're not going to get a penny over what the median price is, more than likely. So think about what you want to do, how quickly you have to move, when you have to be in your new place, and let's price your house accordingly to what your needs and your dreams are. You know, if you overprice a house, again, I've said this 1,000 times, an overpriced house only helps sell your neighbor's house faster. Remember that when you price your house too high. Your realtor is an expert at pricing property, folks. I don't believe you have a license if you're the consumer, and I don't believe you can believe what your neighbor tells you what the house sold for down the street. Just saying, I see this every day. Well, Joe and Betty down the street said they got X amount of dollars for their house. I want that much money for my house. My house is better than theirs. Now I go look it up on HER.com and look at the sold price. Well, they just lied to you, telling you the price was different. They wanted to tell you they made more money. That's the human nature, right? So guys, be careful when you talk to other people about what they sold their house for. Usually they're just trying to make it look better. So let's jump off into the luxury pricing now. So hold on a second. All right, so let's jump into something a little bit different now. You know, we talk a lot about this regular price homes, but one of the things I want to bring to your attention, all the viewers in and around the greater Houston area, is the luxury market. And luxury here in Houston is $750,000 and above. And what I want to show you may surprise you. Let's jump over and look at that. All right, so this is median price sold from 2/1 of 21 to 2/28 of 23. We don't have any of the March numbers in, and it's already the 15th of March of the day I'm recording this. So, you know, what I want you to see here and what we're going to study and hopefully enlighten to a lot of people is what's going on in the Houston market. So this is luxury, above $750,000 and above. So look at this chart. What do you not see? I don't see hardly any fluctuation in pricing whatsoever. You look at these numbers, hard numbers up here, so you can see this. So the sold median price for all of the greater Houston Gulf Coast area, all of HAR, we had 245 homes sold for a $980,000 median price. So we're almost right there at that. We've only had a few months that really go back and really touch that. Above the median price of 936. So, but what I want to caution you about is what we talked about a little bit earlier in this video, is about the number of properties being sold. So let's go back here and look at January. Look at all these numbers. Back where we were saying, let's start 254, 249, or 429, 480, 590. Look in June of 21, almost 900 properties sold. Then it dropped back down, and it's been hovering around that 400 mark. Then in January of 22, you remember, go back and look at the chart before January of 22, when we saw a huge increase in volatility in the real estate market here in the Houston market, and only 285 houses sold. But look what the prices did, right? It went way up to 1.03. Wow. But then the numbers started dropping again, but then the total number started picking up again. But then October, we start seeing when the interest rates really started kicking in higher, we start seeing the numbers really drop. Look, there are 197 properties sold in January versus January a year ago, 285, 100 less, right? For all of Houston. So let's look over supply and demand. I talk a lot about economics and what's going on in the Houston real estate market. And the key that drives the entire market is the upper end market of what's going on in real estate. So if you come in here and look at this, and maybe I'll go back here in the next section of this video and take out everything above 750 so you can really see what's going on in the market. But look what the market's doing. It follows that same wave coming in, but we've been steady since the end of the year. November, December, in January and February have really kind of been steady on the total number of properties sold or for sale. But look at what's going on here again. Remember that blue line and that green line, and see what we're doing? Under contract down 33%, sold down 26%. They're not selling, guys. People aren't buying as many houses. Everybody's concerned about the economy. So this is not driving the entire market, what's going on. Now you look at month supply of inventory. This follows the exact same bell curve that we saw a while ago, looking at all of the properties. It's almost identical. Coming back down, we're at 44 days before. Look at that, we're 44 days on the market here as well for anything over 750 days. So the days on the market's almost identical. And when you look here at 3.3 months of inventory, that's a great healthy market right here in Houston looking at this, right? So now let's jump back and look at real estate in Houston, everything below 750. I'll put the price range at 749, 999 so we can be exact and show you what this looks like. Hold tight. All right, so I've changed the search criteria so you guys can see everything from 0 up to $750,000. And this really shows you what the meat and potatoes of the Houston real estate market is doing. So if we look at this, it brought the median price down from what we were at 309 to 306. So that's interesting. But what I still want you to pay attention to here is the total number of transactions. Look at these 6,000, 6,400, 6,500, 5,000. You need to see they're dropping in total numbers. But this past month, we had an uptick in both the median price and the total number of properties. So let's go over and look at the sales and demand of this. Pardon me. So looking at this, guys, look at the wave. I don't care what chart you look at. February the 1st is the start of the great months of sales in real estate all the way to August. And that's when the market starts to turn back down. So here, February 21, below 750, all of the Houston and surrounding counties around This is what the market's done. Look at that straight up through July, then leveled off in August of 21. What did it do here? February started climbing again to August, coming back down. It did, and the number of sales really kind of held tight, but I suspect coming up in March, April, May, June, July, August, that market's going to be climbing, guys. It's going up. And with all of that's out there, you have to really stop and think, okay, is now a good time to sell your house? Well, what I hope to show you is that this will be a great market. Because let's go look at the sales rate here. It's almost the same, folks. It doesn't really change. You know, the month supply of inventory is dropping. The days on market still holding tight at 44 days on the market. And this goes back to here again. The market is holding steady in Houston. There is no bust in the Houston real estate market, folks. This is the real deal. Sell your house if it's time to move. Let's just be careful. Let's price it properly. Let's get it sold. But you have to understand, if you go to buy, if you're in a $400,000 house today and you go look at a $400,000 house to move into, your price is going to jump dramatically, price per month. Your mortgage rate's going to increase because of the double of the interest rates, going from 2-3% to 5-6-7-8%. So we have to be careful of that. And you know, there's programs out there. We have a program through AMCAP Mortgage that we have. It's available to everybody that qualifies for certain things. Each home has to qualify, but we can get you in at 100% financing at some really good rates. And you know, there's some other houses out there that are available too that you can assume an FHA loan if someone's selling it an FHA with the lower interest rate. So there's options for that too, but you have to pay the difference. And there's some criteria that I could get you with my loan officer, Jennifer Rader, to really help you step up and find the right deal. So, all right. So guys, I'm back here with you. And I guess what I really want you, the consumer, and other realtors watching this is to know is that the Houston real estate market is okay. It's not a bust. You know, I'm going to tell you, in some areas, we've seen some really big downturns. But for the most part, all across Houston, the real estate market's doing okay. If you look at it from the 40,000 foot mark. And with that being said, I'd be honored to help you dig into what the proper pricing would be of that home to be somewhere priced right, selling your house in less than 30 to 40 days. We're coming into the heat of the market. We got to find out what's out there. And, you know, everyone has to move for a specific purpose. There's not a lot of people moving today because they want to. Most people are moving because they have to. If you're in that situation, if you have to move, call me. Let me help you price your house accordingly. We'll get you somebody that will help you understand the market and help you make the most amount of money selling your house as quickly as possible. We have great programs available. Call us. Let's talk. I'd be honored to help you. Again, my name is Danny Frank, otherwise known here in Pearland, where I am, as the Pearland real estate expert, but all things real estate in Texas. I've been serving Texans since 2004, serving real estate needs every day for people just like you. Give me a call. I'd love to help you. Again, take care. God bless. We'll see you soon. Adios.